when a shootout erupted in which Lil Jeff will be shot and killed. The entire incident was captured on Ring doorbell security footage, later being posted online for the world to see. As Lil Jeff attempted to kill a rival gang member who was running for his life, another op ran up on Jeff, fatally shooting him. After falling to the ground, dude walked over Lil Jeff, shooting him multiple times, hitting him at least 15 times in the chest.
That's the part they showed. With Lil Jeff and them people shooting and doing all that, they showed all that. They ain't show themselves. They showed the part that they needed for court. That you need for, we didn't murder anybody. They came and tried to kill us.
They said Bloodhound Lil Jeff got 10 bodies. I said, okay, well, he can't be in the rack then.
That's crazy.
I'm taking niggas to killing school. Class start next week. You gotta at least have 2 bodies though. For I ain't coming with no. If you ain't got shit, I can't work with no beginners folk. You gotta at least have a 2. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minimum. I'm gonna start at 2 minimum, cause y'all know why I'm gonna start at 2 minimum. Now I'm just doing it for a tradition. I'm gonna start at 2 minimum, man. 2, you gotta have a minimum of 2. No, anything, you gotta have 2. You gotta have a minimum of 2 of them bitches to come to school. You just gonna sit your dumb ass in this seat and whatever I say, do it. If you do anything scary, bitch, I'm smoking your ass. Nah, I'm just playing.
So I'm smoking your ass.
I had to though, cause now I just thought you was ready and you laughed. Now I gotta kill your ass and throw you over there in the lake.
Bloodhound looked at that was what he did. That wasn't his first time doing it.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it.
That wasn't his first time jumping out, chasing a nigga down, walked him down, and got his ass walked down. You know?
This group of faith leaders wants the city council to establish an office of gun violence reduction. They say the city's current strategies aren't working.
Certainly a violent weekend in Chicago, especially just within the last 24 hours. Police data shows us there has been at least 32 people shot this weekend. 21 of those victims were hurt just between 8 o'clock last night and 6 o'clock this morning. Chicago police responded to several shootings this weekend.
Breaking overnight, Chicago police are investigating a deadly shooting. Breaking overnight, Chicago police say a man was shot and killed.
Well, Rob, as you mentioned, one man is dead, and police are now working to figure out what happened in the moment.
Nah, Chicago be going. He said 32. It's gonna be 32 shooting in just a weekend. That's what is like, what, 1 to 2 weeks? 32? That's crazy. Chicago really the most dangerous city. Dangerous city, I ain't gonna lie. What the fuck? That shit crazy.
Chicago-based rapper Bloodhound Lil Jeff was fatally shot on Sunday, June the 8th. In a video that has gone viral across social media platforms, you can see Jeff being shot multiple times. Spot News reported that the shooting occurred in the 6600 block of South Rose Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. It wouldn't be long before reports would confirm that the emerging underground rapper Lil Jeff was indeed the man in the video who had fallen victim to gun violence as a result of trying to slide on his ops.
Why you feel like that? Slide on and
Before his untimely demise, Lil Jeff dropped the music video for the song "I" on AMF Visual's YouTube channel on February the 16th of 2024. On April the 17th of 2024, Lil Jeff opened for Money Man at a concert and performed "I" in front of thousands of fans in attendance. These are the details of what took place before, during, and after the murder of Bloodhound Lil Jeff. The city of Chicago continues to grapple with gun violence, which impacts hundreds of people every year. As of July of 2024, there has been more than 1,200 total reported shootings in the city, according to the CPD. The number of homicides recorded in Chicago during the months of March and April outpaced the same months the previous year, making it the first time in 2024 the city has seen an increase in its homicide rate. According to the Chicago Police Department, there were 46 homicides across the city in June, which marked a 28% increase over the same month in 2023. That total is also tied for the second most homicides recorded in any such month over the past decade. The number of shootings, 159. Shooting victims, 190, recorded in June, were also up significantly over June of 2023. However, the month of March saw the deadliest weekend of the year to date, and 7 people were killed over the Easter weekend, including 2 teens who were killed in separate shootings. Murderous activity would all be attributed to gang violence, as what would be the case with the murder of Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
That's crazy. You just said 150.
Certainly a violent weekend in Chicago, especially just within the last 24 hours. Police data shows us there has been at least 32 people shot this weekend. 21 of those victims were hurt just between 8 o'clock last night and 6 o'clock this morning. Chicago police responded to several shootings this weekend, with an increasing amount of them happening on the south and west sides of the city. Police say 4 men were standing on a sidewalk in Austin this afternoon near Ferdinand and Laverne when a vehicle pulled up and 2 offenders shot at the group. Police say 1 man is in critical condition with a gunshot wound to his head. The other 3 men who were shot are expected to be okay. Another shooting happened in South Austin Saturday night around 1 a.m. near Madison and Lockwood. Police say a group of people were inside a business when someone shot at them, injuring 5 people. A 19-year-old female died from a gunshot wound to her head, and a 17-year-old female was also shot in the leg. She was taken to a nearby hospital in critical condition. The other 3 females who were shot are expected to be okay. Police also responded to a shooting near Roosevelt and Lawndale just after 11 o'clock Saturday night, where a 33-year-old man was shot 9 times while pumping gas. Police say 3 men got out of their vehicle and fired rounds of shots before running away from the area. The victim was with a 31-year-old woman who was also shot. He managed to drive them to a nearby hospital, and both are listed in critical condition. So police tell us no one has been arrested in any of these incidents as they continue to investigate.
Bloodhound Lil Jeff, or Lil Jeff Hardy, was a member of the Bloodhound Chicago gang, which also goes by the monikers Brain Dead, Wiz City, and Drill City. Jeff garnered immense traction on the rap scene after hinting at sliding on his ops in his raps.
Nah, Lil Jeff, he was actually
on January the 26th of 2024, Ontario Williams and Robert Boston, who went by the names Monty and Lil Rob, were fatally shot by a group of shooters in broad daylight in Chicago. As Monty and Lil Rob were waiting for the bus downtown, they were slid on, shot, and killed by shooters in front of dozens of witnesses and multiple cameras. The murders became high profile due to the fact that murders in this area, especially during the daytime in front of so many witnesses, are extremely rare. And the fact that the victims were brothers.
Was a chaotic scene with bullets flying everywhere, leaving 2 teenagers shot and killed, both of them identified tonight.
You can fix the shattered glass and cover the bullet holes left behind.
Like a firecracker, you know, like a...
But the gaping like hole in many homes after 2 teenage students identified tonight as 16-year-old Robert Boston and 17-year-old Monterio Williams were gunned down during a busy midday in the Loop.
Hey, we got 2 people shot. Look like 2 people shot right here. 15, 25.
Isn't easily repairable.
The friends of the 2 victims, they were trying to do CPR.
It happened outside of Innovations High School near Wabash and Washington at the end of the school day just before 12:30. Boston and Williams, who were students there, were walking out of the school with 4 other classmates when police say 2 dark-colored vehicles pulled up. Multiple suspects got out and began firing shots.
I was coming out of Burgerson, like I'm trying to go shopping, and next thing you know, it was like we heard a big old argument, and next thing you know, we just see like his shots going out.
In a statement, Mayor Brandon Johnson extended his condolences to the boys' families and school as they, quote, grapple with unimaginable pain and trauma caused by this senseless act of violence.
And police say they believe this was an isolated shooting. No one is in custody.
Following the murders, Bloodhound Lil Jeff claimed to be responsible in subliminal posts to his Instagram, as well as diss lyrics in his rap songs. On January the 31st of 2024, just 5 days after Monty and Lil Rob's murder, Lil Squirrel from Drill City was shot and killed on the 8,000 block of South Cottage Grove, which is just a few blocks from Drill City territory. The murder was an obvious revenge killing against Drill City for their involvement in the murders of Monty and Lil Rob. After the murder, Jeff claimed that Lil Squirrel was innocent and that he didn't consider Lil Squirrel to be a gang member, or at least not a factor in the war. Lil Jeff would further claim on an Instagram story to have 10 bodies, showing 10 teardrop tattoos on his neck, which he got after the murders of Monty and Lil Rob. On June the 8th of 2024 at around 5 p.m., Lil Jeff was attempting to slide on Trap City Zone 7 members in their hood on 66th and Rhodes when a shootout erupted in which Lil Jeff would be shot and killed. The entire incident was captured on Ring doorbell security footage, later being posted online for the world to see. As Lil Jeff attempted to kill a rival gang member who was running for his life, another op ran up on Jeff, fatally shooting him. After falling to the ground, dude walked over Lil Jeff, shooting him multiple times, hitting him at least 15 times in the chest. Allegedly, Bloodhound Q50, Vert, and T-Slick were with Lil Jeff when he was murdered, attempting to slide on his ops. Jeff, who was on demon time, jumped out of the whip first, letting off shots, only to be left behind by his homies as they pulled off before the dudes from Trap City could shoot up the whip that they were in. Lil Jeff was pronounced dead at 5:46 p.m. after being picked up from the scene and being driven to the hospital by Q50. Multiple members of the Chicago rap scene have paid their respect to Jeff after his death, as well as professional boxing champion Devontae Tank Davis, who commented on Vert's Instagram post dedicated to Lil Jeff.
More than 30 people have been shot across Chicago this weekend, including 5 fatally. 2 of those deadly shootings happened this morning. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jackie Bang.
And I'm Tamon Bradley. Let's get started tonight with WGN's Courtney Spinelli with our top story.
6 of the people wounded in shootings this weekend were under 18 years old. The youngest just 12 years old. 5 people also lost their lives in shootings this weekend, and community activists remind the impact of this shouldn't be lost on anyone.
These are not just numbers, these are people, these are individuals, these are lives touched as lives are lost.
CPD says just after 9:15 Friday night in the 500 block of East 31st Street, someone opened fire from a silver sedan, hitting a 12-year-old boy walking and a 15-year-old girl sitting in a car. Not long after, a separate shooting wounding a 16-year-old boy who was standing in a parking lot of a fast food restaurant near 35th and South King Drive.
These are children, these are futures, and that is more important than any statistic or any number.
Across the city, at least 5 people killed by gunfire. Pastor Donovan Price, who helps families impacted by violence across the city, says the impact of even one life lost is enormous.
I think people need to totally come to grips with the amount of trauma that spreads as a result of any shooting, any death.
Across Chicago, at least 11 of those shootings happening between midnight Sunday and 9 a.m. Just before 2:30 in the morning, police say a 34-year-old woman was sitting in a second-floor apartment when shots came through a window, hitting her multiple times in the back.
ShotSpotter hit a total of 30 rounds, 5022 South Carpenter and 1051 West 51st Street, now getting a person shot.
Not far from there, a 36-year-old man was found in the alley near the 700 block of West 66th Place with multiple gunshot wounds just after 8:30 a.m.
Hearing this today, you know, it impacts a lot of people.
This man says he's facing homelessness and stays in Inglewood. He knows the victim and describes the 36-year-old as someone who goes out of his way to help others in the area, saying this is something that has hugely impacted him.